Okay, so today we're going to be making pizza. I'm Nina Hernandez, but before we start making pizza, I'm going to tell you a little bit of the historical background on pizza. Pizza originated from Europe. We don't really know where in Europe, but many people claim to think that it's from Italy. So, before we get started, the first pizza that is well known is the one made by Raffaele Esposito. He made a pizza for Queen Margherita that consisted of basil, mozzarella cheese, and tomatoes, which also made the colors of the Italian flag. He later renamed this pizza after Queen Margherita, the Margherita Pizza. Many of you probably know that. So now that we have some background on the pizza, we're going to start making the pizza. So now you can see I have about a pound of flour, and there's a nice hole right here. What this hole is going to do, we're going to pour our yeast and our water into the middle. But before I do that, I like to put a little bit of salt around the edges. Okay. So now once that is done, you can go ahead and just pour the yeast in nice and slowly, because you want to make sure it's in the middle. Okay. So then we're going to pour our water in. You don't want to pour all of it in, just about half. You want to make sure it's right in the center, or else you will mess it up. Okay. So now this is the part where you have to get down and dirty, and you're going to have to start mixing with your hands. You can use a spoon, but I don't really like to, just because it takes a long time and it's a lot of work. So now I'm going to start folding like so. And you want to make sure you get all the flour around the edges, because it's important that you get every bit of flour with the mixture of yeast, or else it will not rise. Okay. So once you've gotten most of the edges, see how it's sticking to my fingers? You don't want that. So this is where your oil right here and your flour come in. You're just going to go ahead and dip your fingers into the oil, or you could just pour it in like that, and then you can go back to mixing. This will help just get the texture of the pizza right. Now this part takes the longest, just because you really have to work hard to get this pizza right. And you'll know when it's done when you start mixing and your fingers come out nice and clean. See, you're not coming out nice and clean, so that means we just need to keep on adding flour and water. Flour. Wait, did I say oil? Oh my gosh, okay, I'm sorry, but oil and flour, not water. You don't need water. Okay. So, this is where my dough is now. It looks a lot better than it did before. And we're about, 5 to 10 minutes. Depending on how good you are, and if you have a lot of patience, it should take you no longer than 10 minutes to get the dough like this. See how my fingers are coming out nice and clean? Before they were all full of dough and flour and water and that big mixture. So now, it is ready to rise. And so what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to spread it out a little bit. And I'm going to leave it in this bowl. And I'm just going to put some aluminum foil on top of the bowl. And we are going to let it rise for about an hour and a half. So once you've covered the bowl completely, like so, you can just set it down by a window just so it can get some heat, but today it looks like it might rain. So you can set it down there and wait about an hour and a half and it should be ready to go. Okay, so after your dough has risen for approximately 2 hours, I say 2 hours, what you want to do is you want to oil the pan with just some regular olive oil, or virgin olive oil, or extra virgin olive oil. There's really just too many olive oils, just pick one. Okay, and so then you're going to get a napkin or a towel and just spread it around evenly. And make sure you get the edges or else it will stick. And you don't want it to stick because then it's going to come out nasty. Once you've done that, get your pizza dough nicely. See how it's nicely stretched out? You just want to be careful and lay it down nicely. Then you can go ahead and stretch it out some more. And you want to try and stretch it out to its maximum. Just stretch it out, stretch it out. Don't tear it. You do not want to tear it. See how there's a big bubble right there? I don't like that, so I'm going to stretch it out. I'm going to stretch it out. It should be a song. Stretch it out, stretch it out. Just kidding. So I'm going to stretch it out. See, that could become a little tear, and we don't want that, so I'm not going to touch it. So you're going to stretch it. Stretch it, stretch it. And once you've done that, then you're going to put some more olive oil. You need a lot of olive oil. You're just going to nicely drizzle it onto the pizza and be very gentle, like you're patting a baby's butt. Just kidding, but just be gentle. Make sure you get the crust, or else it will not come out nice and golden. Once you've done that, then it's time for the pizza sauce. Now I just have regular pizza sauce here because my mom didn't want to make hers. So now you could just put a lot, you could put a little, or none at all. I like a lot of pizza sauce. And just nicely spoon it. Just do a little spoon push. Okay. Once you've done that, then you can really add anything you want. Pepperoni, sausage, cheese, whatever. So I'm going to add my cheese first. Going to get a nice big handful and just spread it on. It's okay if you miss the pan, but I like a lot of cheese. Okay, now I'm going to put some pepperoni and sausage, and I'm going to pop this baby in the oven. Just go ahead and throw it on there, I don't really care. Alright, that's enough. Yeah. Okay, now I'm going to put some sausage. Just throw it on. Nothing really has a place here, so you just throw it on. Okay, now what I like to do, I like to put a little bit of Italian seasonings. If only I could open it. Okay, once you've opened it, then just sprinkle a little bit on. This consists of oregano, basil, rosemary, a lot of nice Italian seasonings. Hence the name Italian seasonings. And once you've done that, then you're going to let it sit for about 5 minutes while the oven is cooking. Well, while the oven is heating up. Then you're going to pop it in the oven for 20 to 15 minutes. Okay, so after 15 minutes at 400 degrees, I forgot to tell you that, I'm very sorry. 400 degrees. 400. Did you see it? Can't really see it, but anyways. After 15 minutes of being in the oven at 400 degrees, and pull this nice pizza out. And look at that. Doesn't that just look delicious? I think it does. See how it's nice and good, nice crust. Lots of cheese bubbling everywhere. That's a pizza. Pizza. So, that's how to make pizza, everybody. See you next time.